This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP Network.
A taste of what's to come on the UUOP Network.
Passholder Benefits.
And Universal Kids Resort.
This is episode 589 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. It is me, Lee. I am your host this week, and joining me, of course, is Terra.
Hello. That was weird.
And we'll show this. Michelle.
Hello, everybody.
And Caris.
Who's Terracy?
That person over there.
Oh, what's up, man?
Who is Caris?
It's Caris.
That one there.
I know that.
COVID Chris.
COVID Chris. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Have you
Finally
recovered?
sick after like weeks of being sick, so it's nice to be alive.
Yeah.
Right, this is it. The last official episode. The
Whatever.
four of us will be maybe. Let's not scare Jeff Rhodes at this point. The four of us will be recording together this year.
Oh, it's crazy. It's only like March,
Because
isn't it?
next week's episode, I wish it was next year. Next week's episode will be something different. We'll talk about that later, and then the two episodes after that we're going to talk about in a minute, and then it's next year, and who knows where the hell we'll be then.
Yeah.
But speaking of things to come, I wanted to put something out there before we kick off this show. I've kind of hinted at it for the last 3 or 4 shows, but we're in a position now to finally announce the brand new podcast coming to the UUOP Network.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Joining the network, which includes ourselves, the theme park duo, and Rush of Fear, will be a brand new podcast.
That will be covering something very close to all of our hearts. And that's an integral part of any trip to Universal Orlando Resort.
And here's a taste. If you think food is a major part of every trip to Universal Orlando Resort,
then have we got the podcast for you. Coming in January 2024.
The Taste of Universal podcast is here to cover everything that Universal Orlando has to offer when it comes to food and beverage.
From everyday meals and treats to seasonal specialties that can be found at Mardi Gras,
Halloween Horror Nights,
the holidays, and more.
so join
Kayla, Kelly,
Madeline,
Shelby,
and Tracy
for new podcasts released on the 8th of every month.
wherever podcasts can be found.
Bon appetit.
I'm so proud of that ad, man.
How stinking cute.
I am so proud of that ad that I put together. Like I'm gonna toot my own horn at this point. I put that ad together and I am so proud of it. It's awesome.
Sounds like they're like sitting like tableside in a French cafe,
Yeah.
just sipping some coffee.
Yeah.
Yes, I will give Jeff Rhodes a shout out for the theme music. It's
awesome.
He did,
That's brilliant.
I think he did about 4 or 5 for us to choose from, and pretty much unanimously, that was the one that everybody chose.
Yeah, that just fits the vibe. And
Yeah.
and recording the inaugural show the other day, absolute blast. Really great team.
Yeah, I haven't
It's gonna
heard
be
it yet.
fun. Oh,
I got
good
sent
luck
out of the
editing
way
that.
when it was recorded. I've got to edit it. But it sounded like it was an absolute blast. And it's funny, actually, I said we were going to talk about the 2 episodes that are going to come out over the holidays. It was Tracy talking about maybe doing a food podcast years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 2 episodes that are coming out, I sat down with Shelby and Kelly and Kayla to kind of talk about food over the resorts. And we got halfway through the 2nd episode. I was like, this should just be a podcast at this point. And from that point, it just kind of spiraled into the Taste of Universal podcast.
Yeah. And here we are.
That sounds awesome.
Sounds good.
It's such a thing. Like it's one of the favorite things that people love hearing us talk about on this
Yeah,
podcast.
definitely.
Whenever new food things are offered, and it's such a cool topic that it just makes sense.
And it was
And
rushed.
like on top of that, it's like I feel like Universal has expanded so much on their food offerings that
They really
it justifies its own show at this point.
Yeah, and it was Rush of Fear that inspired us for the date for every episode to come out with,
yes.
so that you guys publish on the 13th of every month, which is awesome for a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. So we're going out on the 8th of the month. Get it? 8th? I was like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That's great. Yeah, that's super cool.
So it's the ad will be dropping on. So it has a feed at the moment, but you won't be able to find it. So until that ad is going out on the feed. Once that's out there, I can start publishing it to Apple Podcasts and all the rest of it. But by the time that first episode comes out, it should be everywhere. It's 12 and a half years since I've had to do all of this. So I have no idea what I'm doing right now.
Well, luckily you didn't drop that ad at the same time they dropped the GTA 6 trailer. So
tough competition.
We didn't want to take anything away from those guys.
No.
Yeah. So when you see that, go and get subscribed already, and that'll help boost us.
Yeah.
Get other people seeing us as well. So
there's a Facebook page, there's an Instagram account. Also go and follow. I've set up so many accounts this week, as if people are going to go, I thought you were burned out on podcasting.
I know.
There's now a UUOP Network Threads account, a Twitter account, a Facebook account, and an Instagram account.
Have you got TikTok?
No, there's no point for that.
MySpace?
No. So if you want to keep up on the podcast getting released on the network, go and follow those. They're all UUOP Network, and then the Taste of Universal has its own. Go and find them, subscribe, and all the rest of it.
Yes, I must find them myself. It's pretty important.
There's too much going on, man. Right. Anyway, let's kick off this crap. Because, the same old crap we've been doing for the last 12 and a half years, not the new shiny.
The antique show.
The antique show. I feel like it.
And of course, we will do that as we do every week with the little things from Seth.
This is Seth Kaburski, co-author of the Unofficial Guides, and I am back for the last time in 2023 with a final look at all the little things that are new around the Universal Orlando Resort. If you're already starting to plan your 2024 vacation to Universal Orlando, they've got some new discounts available on vacation packages. You can save up to 25% off a 3-park, 5-night package if you book through Universal Vacations. Also, look out for applications for the new Universal Rewards Plus Visa card. There's a $99 annual application fee, but you get back $100 if you spend that much in your first month. There's also a card with no application fee, but only the one with the fee allows you access to the new cardholders lounge that is coming to the parks. Okay, inside the studios, the big little thing is a giant inflatable prop photo op for Illumination's Migration. The promotion for the upcoming film takes the form of a giant blow-up duck in the middle of the studio's lagoon. Get your photos with him while you can. In refurbishment news, San Francisco's pastry company continues to be closed, and Duff Gardens over in Springfield has run out of Dufftoberfest for the year. Look for that to return next fall. If you're planning on taking the Hogwarts Express this next week, check the calendar because the train will be closed from the 12th through the 16th for an annual refurbishment. When you do manage to make it over to Islands of Adventure, you'll find that Honeydukes has a new wizard card packed in with their chocolate frogs. This one is of Bowman Wright. Taking a quick lap around IOA, Green Eggs and Ham has gotten a repaint. And I mentioned last time that the Grinch had at least an hour-and-a-half wait. Well, as Christmas approaches, waits for the meet and greet with the live-action Grinch have topped 5 hours. Over in Marvel Superhero Island, there are still construction walls all around, but the lemon slush stand near the pathway to Toon Lagoon has returned. And finally, out in City Walk, if you are a fan of the Beat Box sushi roll over at Cowfish, sorry to say that it has been 86th off the menu. They've still got the tree hugger there, though. All right, that will wrap it up for this year, but I will be back in 2024. In the meantime, you can pick up the brand new edition of my unofficial guide to Universal Orlando at theunofficialguides.com. I wish you all a very happy holidays, and I will see you all in the new year with more little things from around the Universal Orlando Resort.
Listen, at 5 hours, I would bleach my own skin green and just wear a Santa top. That's it.
There's no way.
That's what, 300 minutes?
Plus minutes, yeah.
No way.
Nope.
No way.
That makes the holiday tour 1,000 times worth the cost.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they're doing it. I mean, I know it was a ball like us getting in last time.
And I think we talked
but
about...
I think that's a much better system, because at least people can then actually enjoy the park.
Yeah, but we talked about this 2 weeks ago, didn't we? The damned if they do and the damned if they don't. Because if they do the virtual wait times, people complain that they couldn't get them. And then you go, all right, then do a standby line. You can't do both, though.
But you can. You have one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So you have a window for your standby, you have a window for your online ones.
But the thing is, I'm not complaining about it. Like, they can be 20 hours. I don't care. It's not Universal doing that. It's how popular it is.
Yes.
So it's not really anything you can do. Even if you were to do a split, I think, like Tracy's saying, you're still going to have that wait time. Mm-hmm. And then you'll have people complaining, oh, well, you don't have enough virtual times available.
Virtual, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, someone's going to find a reason to complain no matter what.
The damned if they do and the damned if they don't.
Yeah.
But hell no.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Like, if you were like, I want to meet the Grinch, if this had been what it was last year, I'd have been like, yeah, you can go and wait in that line because I ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can't
they
wrap
are
my head
cool
around.
meet and greets, though.
They are awesome, but like Michelle said, that's where...
But they go in the blink of an eye. Ours is what? 3 minutes?
It was quick,
It was very quick. I'm not queuing 5 hours for that.
But then you watch like Vincent Vision, when they did the breakfast, when Vincent and Ellison did the breakfast, they got like 10 minutes with him. Like, just them outside of Confisco.
I do suspect, though, that that's partly because they're not Joe Public.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe. I
Well,
don't know.
and I mean, for literally the holiday tour, not a bad price for the amount of time you get and the amount of things you get. What, around, I think it started at $100 a person or something like that, 100 and so, whatever, depending on the day. And then, or you do the Grinch breakfast, and that was only like $50 a person.
And you're getting fed and, yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how I feel about the holiday tour, but if I had a kid that had to meet the Grinch, then I'd happily pay the $100 to do that, because I'm not waiting.
What if Alexa wanted to do it?
What if it was like a big kid who was coming all the way from across the pond?
I mean, only if they had a tattoo related, maybe.
Uncle Chris.
Chris is still not paying for you. He'd be expecting me to pay for you.
I didn't expect him to
I'm
pay.
expensing the UUOP Network. What are you talking about?
No, I don't expect him to pay just to keep you company.
We're the only ones that make
that's
any money,
fine.
to be fair. Speaking of which,
We
Michelle...
make money. When?
Well...
I was going to say, when? I've been told don't spend your money.
Well, speaking of which, Michelle's actually... You are doing the holiday tour this weekend, aren't you?
I am. I'm so excited that it was available during my trip last minute, too.
I'm excited for you.
I'm not, because I've got to edit the audio that's going to be spat at me on Sunday night that I'm not going to get till Monday morning, and somehow got to get it all edited together to go out on Tuesday. So next week's episode might be late, by the way, people. It might come out on Wednesday.
Well, if you know Lee, you know it's not going to be.
It might come out on Wednesday.
Oh,
I'm putting that there now.
That's cutting it close.
Producers Club.
To what?
My birthday?
It's not coming out for your birthday. So yeah, next week's episode will be Michelle live from the holiday tour.
Woo-hoo! I'm excited. Michelle and Audrey and Krissa and her friend, actually.
That's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Well, you're not even going to listen to it, are you?
I'll listen to that bit.
Will you?
Yeah.
The whole episode?
Oh, thanks, Trace.
No, I'll listen to Michelle.
I bet she doesn't.
Oh, now that you said that, she will, for sure.
I will.
So I looked up...
I'll live stream me listening to it. Oh, God, I've said that now.
I looked up the new wizard card because I'd never heard of Bowman Wright. He is apparently the man noted for the creation of the Golden Snitch.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I thought that was quite cool. I wonder how many there is at this point, wizard cards. There's got to be quite a lot. Because they've pumped out quite... Obviously, when it first...
That's a good question.
Yeah, when it first started, there was only like the 4 founders, wasn't there? And then they've added quite a few over the years. So it'd be interesting to see how many there actually is available at this point. I'm sure someone online's got a list of them all.
Probably. Somebody always has a list.
That Illumination film that's propped up, until that prop came out, I'd never even heard of that film. Anyone? Migration? Anyone?
Yeah, I've seen the previews for it.
I've seen a picture of it. That's about it.
The previews actually look pretty dang funny.
Okay. I guess it's about a migration, is it? Are they like minions with wings?
Yeah.
No, it's actual
like,
ducks.
Yeah, they're ducks.
Yeah, like mallard ducks, right?
Yeah, they're actually really cute. And they're trying to like get the little one to migrate with them, I guess. Like that's the whole.
Oh, so
Don't
it's like
ruin
that.
the movie.
So it's like that
Well, I
penguin
haven't
thing that was
seen
a few
the
years
movie.
ago.
Puck.
Puck. No, yeah,
That's
I don't
the
know. Whatever. I know that's
Empire of the Penguin.
No, there was. Yeah, but that was.
Happy Feet.
I don't know. Never watched that or March of the Penguins. One of them.
I mean, one's animated and one's real.
They're all real. How dare you?
No, one of them's Morgan Freeman.
He's real as well. What the
No,
hell?
he's real. I don't
Yeah,
even
I
know
thought
what
he
you're
was.
talking about. Can we? Does anyone else want to talk about anything else in that? Right. So actually, I'll bring something up. So you do a signature beer for the holidays that apparently they run out of partway through December.
Well, that's just
How does
dumb.
that happen? Because
Bad planning.
Because Dufftoberfest has been available during the holidays at Universal
For
since
years.
2015, I think,
Yeah.
was the first year.
Yeah.
So you know how popular it's
Yeah,
going to be.
you've got data there to know how many pints you sell.
How does it run out?
Maybe a distribution issue.
Possibly.
I mean, it's
The only thing I could think of.
It's brewed locally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they didn't have an issue. Like maybe
Yeah.
one of their machines went down. You never know.
Yeah, it could be a temporary thing.
Yeah, but he said
Yeah.
that's it. It's done for the season.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe they had a batch go bad or have something salmonella or something in it, and they had to throw it all away.
Or somebody
Could be
missed,
lots
It
of
was in the
things.
parks too long.
or somebody missed a number off when they were ordering.
I mean,
Yep.
maybe.
Yeah, Mr. Zero off.
Yeah.
That is a bit weird.
Yeah. Right, so moving on, something I'm probably not going to have to worry about for quite some time, and that is annual pass holder benefits. Apparently there's some new ones coming in 2024. So, Tracy, why don't you let everyone know what the massively expensive annual pass benefits you're going to get next year are?
I shall.
I'm being very negative here, aren't I?
Shut up.
Really?
It's true, though, isn't it?
Okay, so yes, like Lee's just said, starting January the 6th to the 31st, 2024. You know we like to spoil you.
Sorry.
This sounds creepy as hell. This January, there are some extra goodies in store exclusively for Universal Orlando annual pass holders. Is it puppies?
No.
Damn it.
Oh, thank God, no.
Well, it's actually things like secret menus, dedicated entrances, discounts, giveaways, and other fun things we know you'll love. These benefits are all yours starting January 1st, 2024, and full details will be revealed soon.
Wow.
But for now, But for now, they have released these benefits. All passes will receive a 10% off all VIP experiences.
Okay.
A 15% discount at Universal's Great Movie Escape now includes private experience tickets.
Interesting.
That's a Hail Mary right there. It's
Yes.
really trying. Yeah.
Because those private ones didn't have any sort of discount on them originally, did
No.
Yeah, it'd be funny to
What,
see
the
how
HHN?
high that discount
they?
goes.
No, the
The
great
RSV
movie.
ones?
No, the Great Movie Escape. So if you did a private
Oh.
group, there was no pass holder discount on that. Because I know when you guys did it first, we paid for it out the Producers Club.
The
and there
reason
was-
why there was no pass holder discount was because technically when you do the group, there is a discount in there if you max out the people that you're supposed to have in there. So like if you were to buy all those tickets individually, it would be more expensive than the group price. But this is nice to get that discount on top of this other 15% discount. It's kind of cool. And you also get up to 40% off room rates at select Universal Orlando hotels.
I am liking this dedicated entrance. No more scale in the walls.
I might scale the walls. The price it is to get in.
Grappling hooks are also 15% off, so that's good.
Are they minion ones?
No.
Up to 40% off room rates. Those are kind of hard to find at that 40% off rate,
Yeah.
but
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, they got 2 rooms available at that rate.
right? Yeah. I mean, there's AP rates, annual pass holder rates, but not at that 40% off very often. Premier and preferred passes will receive 15% off for Premier and 10% off for preferred discount at Illumination's Minions Cafe, excluding alcoholic beverages.
That's all right.
10% off Universal Orlando owned and operated merchandise stores at Lowe's Royal Pacific Resort and Universal's Endless Summer Resort Dockside Inn and Suites.
Now, wasn't this there already?
I don't know.
Yes.
10% off. I get that everywhere.
Yeah.
Or is this an
I mean,
additional 10%?
you even get it off at the airport.
That's what she said.
Hey.
Yeah, it's weird that they like point out like or single out Minions Cafe. Like, yeah, you could get that before.
Okay, that's weird.
So that's just padding out then.
Yeah, unless this is an additional on top, which would be cool. But I don't read that way.
No,
I don't either.
Power and seasonal passes will receive 10% off food and non-alcoholic beverages, very specifically at Trattoria del Porto at Los Portofino Bay Hotel. That brings it down to still massively expensive.
Yeah.
So there you go. But speaking of hotels, Chris, some news that I'm sure we're going to talk about more.
Sure. So Lowe's and Universal have also released bookings for the 2 new hotels coming to the resort, the Stella Nova and the Terra Luna resorts. And they will begin taking guests on January 21st, 2025 and February 25th, 2025, respectively, with prices starting at, it's hard for me to even say this because it's not real, starting at $119.40 per night on the Stay More, Save More promotion.
It is. They're there. So
they're there. They're just very rare.
So if you don't do that, you got to pay $300 a night for a value prime hotel.
So we've had a conversation about this, right? Yep, in the group chat, and Chris was finding room rates for like $300 a night or something. So to put it to give me an idea of what sort of pricing we're looking at, I went and looked at booking with Virgin, so a package, and pricing it up against Aventura for next year. So Stella Nova are priced up for 2 weeks with Virgin flights and all the rest of it. And it was coming out more expensive than Aventura.
And that's for next year?
Yeah. For September next year. I thought it'd just give me an idea of what...
Wait, what do you mean? It's not open yet.
Sorry, 2025.
No,
sorry,
2025.
Sorry, September 25.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I did the price up just to kind of compare it to how much it would cost us to do a 2-week vacation staying at Aventura and how much it would cost us to stay at Stella Nova. And Stella Nova was coming in more expensive than Aventura at that point.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, aren't these going to be really close to Epic, though?
They'll be right next. They're literally across the road.
So that's why they're more expensive.
At that point, yes.
Yeah.
As of January 2025, there's not really a point to stay there.
No.
Because you're going to have to be travelling up to Universal. So there's no benefit to stay there other than the fact that you're staying at the 2 brand new hotels.
Right.
And that's you're talking about Stay More, right? Like the reason why I was complaining because we were talking about just booking just to stay to go check it out.
For one
if you're just going for a weekend, towards the beginning, right? I checked like 2 weeks in, I checked 2 months later, and it was coming out to, I forgot the exact number, don't quote me on that, but it's around $300 something a night. I could stay at Hard Rock.
Yeah.
I could stay at Portofino. And this is like Epic Universe's dockside type hotel, probably elevated. But what I mean by that is it's not on site. Yeah, sure, it's across the street, it's like right around the corner, but it's not on site. You don't have a boat to go in there. You're taking a bus in there. There's no elevated premium feeling. You're not getting express passes. So it's the value is not there whatsoever.
Do we know that you can't walk to Epic from there? I mean, within like a reasonable distance. Do we know that about these hotels? Like how close they are to Epic Universe?
That I don't know. And then it also depends like where's the entrance, right? And how do they make you walk to get to that entrance? Because it could be right across the street.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Like a 45-minute walk.
No, I don't think it's that far. But we drove past it with Brian and Laura.
No, we didn't.
Not by far like that. I mean like how they make you walk to it.
Oh, okay.
Like there's hotels across the street from Universal that still take 45 minutes to walk to.
So they've got to, surely there's got to be easy access to it. Otherwise, why would you stay there? You might as well stay at dockside at that point because you're still on a bus and it's going to take an extra 5 minutes. Like the benefit of staying at Cabana Bay is you've got the walking path to Volcano Bay. The benefit of staying at a Sapphire or a Royal Pacific or a Hard Rock or a Portofino is you've got the water taxi there. If you're staying at Royal Pacific, you can walk. You're staying at Hard Rock, it's a 5-minute, 10-minute walk, whatever. The benefit of that is being close to that resort. But if you're not that close that you've still got to get on a bus, kind of defeats the object for me a little bit. Or is that because they're then trying to push people into Is it the Helios, the massive one that's going to be at the back of the park? And if this is $300 a night, how much is that going to be?
Yeah.
Surely they're going to make the walking very accessible, because the difference between the resorts or the hotels that are across from Universal currently, those are not Universal hotels. Those are like Holiday Inns, things like that. So there's no reason for Universal to spend any extra money to make it convenient to stay off property. These are Universal owned. So I'm sure they're going to make it convenient to get to Epic.
That's what I'm saying, but it's not. I remembered from us driving past it and then into the parking lot at Epic Universe. It wasn't that.
We didn't do that.
Oh, you saw a video about that, remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some naughty people.
It wasn't that close from what I can remember.
No, it wasn't.
Is that not close in my terms or not close in Lee terms?
Not close in either. Well, what do you? Is your close closer or further away than my close?
Your close is further away than my close.
We also had a driver who was heavy on the gas and drove fast.
I don't like to walk from Royal Pacific, so
you wouldn't walk this.
Yeah, I don't.
We're
think
talking.
You would walk
I don't
think it's that close.
It was easily between 5 and 10 minutes. We drove. At speed.
The walk from Portofino is pushing it for me, to be honest.
You're kidding. That walk takes no time. We walked it nearly every day we stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd take the boat. I'm going to be walking all day. Why am I going to add extra walk?
When did Chris turn into Michelle?
Maybe there's a quicker walk path than there is a road path.
Maybe, but I still don't think it's that close.
We need Universal-themed electric scooters that you can ride into the park. How about that?
I'm trying to find an aerial view of it.
Just we wouldn't. I feel like we're being overly negative on it, and we wouldn't
it's
be.
Because
it
we've
just
got
seems
partial
it's not. Yes, possibly, but that's a premium.
That is a premium.
I'm pissed at the price. Now, obviously, it's probably one of those that they have these really high rates because they want to see how much. Throw a price against the wall, see if it sticks, and then depending on how occupancy is, they'll adjust at that point. But it's really frustrating when you're comparing apples to apples.
Yeah.
Because they categorize their own hotels.
Yeah.
Value prime or prime value, and then preferred and premium or whatever the last category
prime
is.
Value is the same as just a normal value resort.
That's
just what they
Universal.
call it. That's what they call it. Value at Disney is the same as a prime value at Universal.
But so then why would they specifically make prime value?
I don't know. I don't know.
To try to distinguish it, right? Because when they came out with Aventura, they wanted to add that differentiator. But my point is that you can actually compare apples to apples, from Universal's stand or perspective. So when you're comparing the prices, it's kind of crazy because you guys aren't even thinking about the express passes that come along with some of these other hotels at the same price as this hotel for the weekend.
Yeah.
True.
Like, it's
a lot.
If you're staying at Dockside or Surfside, it's a 5 to 10 minute bus ride away, but the pricing tells you that. Like, that's fine. I don't mind that 5 or 10 minute bus ride because it's costing me half the price of an Aventura or whatever.
Guys, I think we're missing the big picture here. The big picture is not that these are too expensive. It's that we are seeing the beginning of all of the prices go up. So if these hotels are 300, those premier resorts, we're going to see those skyrocket.
Yeah, I know. I really wish you hadn't said that.
Why?
Because it's going to happen doesn't mean we need to put it out into the ether, because we put many things out into the ether on this podcast that generally come true. I know it's going to come true.
Well, we know it's going to come true. I mean, come on, they're expanding to 3 parks.
I have had many conversations over the last year with friends of the show, and we are all very, very concerned about how expensive a trip to Universal is going to become once Epic Universe opens, and we're talking potentially prohibitively expensive.
It's gonna go up. We just all need to get our brains around that right now. It happened with Disney every time they added a new park. Prices are gonna go up because, right now those premier resorts offer you express passes at 2 parks, not Volcano Bay. Are they going to include express passes for Epic at some point? Well,
didn't attendance go down at Disney though?
No, when the new
no,
parks
I mean, like now, look, they kept on pushing prices.
Yeah, but they haven't added anything lately. They're upping their prices, but not adding anything. I'm talking about
4 parks.
No, I'm talking about when they opened those parks. Like when Animal Kingdom first opened, when they expanded from 3 parks to 4 parks, of course, all of their prices went up on everything. I mean, it's just logical.
Yeah, but we're talking after already 3 price increases on a pass.
Yeah.
Like it's not that it's been a gap of 5 years and let's up the prices over the past 3 years, the pandemic era, right?
They've literally done it in 2 years.
Prices so far ahead.
Yes, I agree.
Prices for Horror Nights went up 40% over 1 year.
Yeah.
So how far do you hit until you hit a threshold that people say, forget it, I'm not going to go?
Yeah.
I think we'll see that eventually if you keep on doing this. Theme park, any business will learn this. I'm not just saying theme parks, right? Like we see this everywhere. And I agree with you, Michelle. Like prices go up, but there's a limit that people have. There's disposable income that people have, and it will run out.
Yeah.
Well, it's true.
It's happened to a lot of us with Disney.
My issue is, I've said it before, for me, they're going about it the wrong way. I think I've said this quite a number of times over the last year. You need to nurture those new Universal people that have got off with Disney and have gone over to Universal Orlando and gone, do you know what? I quite like it here. Let's start coming here. And you slowly increase those prices, not to those people off, but to still make money out of them, but nurture that fandom that's coming with people. And like you said, Chris, those price increases really have been in the last 2 years where they've really started bumping those prices up for hotels and express passes and Halloween Horror Nights and hotel rooms and annual passes. It's not over a long space of time like Disney have kind of done it. Universal have done it literally in a 24-month period. And I think
when you do it too fast, I think
I agree.
I think you feel more of the pain, right? As opposed to kind of spreading that out. Okay, hey, we're used to 5-10%, whatever it is, increase in our annual passes every 2 years, because it kind of was for a long period of time. It was every couple years, maybe 3 years. We went up 5-10%. Okay, that sucks. But I remember there was a period, I forgot when it was, where within a 24-month period, and not the last 2 years, but it went up like 3 times. Because I remember this because the Passholder page was just up in arms because everybody, they complain about everything, yes.
Yeah.
But they were complaining like, hey, this is like a lot of increases in between the span of 24 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
give us
very
a
worrying.
chance to get some more money in our pockets to go more.
That's the problem. It's like everyone's hurting right now. And money to go to theme parks isn't as available for people because everything else has gone up. Groceries have gone up, insurances have gone up, rents, gas, whatever it might be.
Everything except for wages.
Everything's gone up.
Yeah.
So that money that leisure money isn't as free. I still see plenty of people about, but you know what I mean? It's not as free flowing as it was.
No.
Yeah. And you see it everywhere. It's not just the hotels and all that. And I'm not trying to be negative here and complain, but like the last trip that we did take during Thanksgiving, it had been a little while since you went there, but I took the whole family up there and, we went to 3 different restaurants and I don't know if it increased even more from the last time I was there, but the prices I was paying for meals, I'm like, I'm just going to eat quick service the entire trip because I'm dropping $100-$150 for 2 people. That. Yeah, it has drinks in there, but I'm paying $21 a drink for a normal drink. An appetizer is almost $20. And the same places like Vivo, Cowfish, like the same places I go to that I've been to for years, I was paying almost double for things. And we all know the portions went down as well. So it's like getting you on both sides. So it's, the last trip tainted me a little bit on kind of the experiences that we had, but yeah, you got to do it gradually. You can't just kind of dump this on your guests.
Well, look at that, Chris, when we were trying to get drinks at JHN. And it was the premium cocktails. And it's like
premium
prices. It was like a Jack and Coke, which probably wasn't even Jack.
No,
it was just like now. Well, you were there. And you heard what I said.
Oh, yeah.
We noticed a very big difference in food prices between last year and this year's trip, massively.
But don't forget, we've noticed these little things creeping in because we used to like to just go get a corn dog, and now it's
find a corn dog.
You can't find a corn dog by itself. It comes with
we found one.
Yeah, but it comes with chips. You have to pay this higher price. And I'm like, but I don't want chips. I know it's business.
In their defense, food costs do go up, and I get all that stuff. But I think there's got to be a happy medium. And like I said, this is not just Universal. I'm saying, like, you kind of see in a lot of places, but in my own like experience and in my own life, there's tons of restaurants around me, for example, that just went ridiculous on things, and I just don't go to places now, like certain places. I just don't go there anymore. You guys are being greedy. I have plenty of other restaurants that are making money. You can speak to the owners like, yeah, we're fine doing this. We got to raise prices a little bit, but you still find that happy medium where your customers are happy, you're making some money, and the world keeps on moving on.
Yeah.
Michelle, you're very quiet.
I am, because I was busy researching where the hotels were located. I said my piece. I mean, with the prices, I just think it's expected. I do believe that there's going to be a point where they're going to price themselves out if they're not careful. I don't think we're anywhere near that point because we're not close to Disney yet. Like, as far as what it costs to go there, we're nowhere near what it costs to go to Disney. And I can say that because I book these all the time. But although Universal seems very expensive, it is nothing compared to going on Disney vacation.
But that's not, I think that's looking at it the wrong way, though. Because you don't need to compare it to Disney. You're talking about all the people that have been going to Universal for years and years and years are suddenly seeing these massive price increases. People who never go to Disney. So it's irrelevant what Disney are charging. It's how much...
Well, it's not, though, because you guys are bringing up Disney. You guys are bringing up Disney and how they priced themselves out. I don't think... What I'm saying is that I don't think Universal is anywhere near that point yet. I don't... In comparison to Disney pricing themselves out. And it's expected. We're... Like, the parks are growing. So, yeah, there's some nostalgia there. We wish that things would stay the way that they are. We wish that things would, not change and not get more expensive. But it's kind of the way of the world, and especially when they're offering more. So I'm just trying to put a positive spin on it and a realistic spin on it. It's going to happen. Like, they're adding a whole new freaking theme park that's the biggest they've ever built. And it's going to be amazing.
But the thing is, you're going to pay more. Play devil's advocate. That I don't think that argument stands, because sure, I'm going to pay more on my annual passes. Why am I paying more for the hotels?
Yep. Exactly.
There's no value added there.
Exactly.
It's just another hotel.
Because it's supply and demand. Supply and demand.
I agree with Chris.
They're demanding too much.
I agree with Chris on that point. Your hotel doesn't need to go up, because you're still going to make your money on your Epic Universe entrance tickets, your food, your merch, and everything else that comes along with that stay. It's gonna, for me, potentially push people off property.
Probably. I mean,
From a travel agent perspective, and I only say that in terms of me constantly looking at availability. Okay, no other reason that I mentioned that I'm a travel agent. Supply and demand is a real thing, and they are quite often these days, even without Epic Universe, very full, very, very full, even when it's not a peak reason to be full. And that's just the nature of economy, like economics, right? Like supply and demand. So yeah, the everybody wants to stay on property, especially with those premieres. We're going to see them go up, because unless they're going to only offer the express passes for 2 parks, maybe add on Epic later on. I don't know how they're going to do it.
I don't think Epic Universe will have express passes for at least 2 years.
Yeah,
probably not.
If at all.
I'm just trying to be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to go up.
No, and I'm not saying you can't raise prices. I don't think that's the argument here. The argument is you have to do it within reason, because you're not getting more. That's the thing. Like a $10 burger shouldn't be $15 because you opened up a new park.
Yes, agreed.
So like that argument there, you want to raise like theme park. You want to raise your annual pass because you're now doing a 4-park pass. Absolutely. Yeah. That price is going to go up because you have an access to an additional park.
Yes.
But it doesn't justify all the other price additions. The reason why you're raising all those prices is, like you said, Michelle, supply and demand. My argument is there is, in economics, there is a threshold in supply and demand that you cannot pass, right? Once you hit that, you will not have that demand and your supply will go up.
That's true.
So now your prices have to come down. So I think we're inching towards that part. And I don't think the lesson to learn here from Universal is well, Disney's doing that, so let's go do what they're doing, because people hate what Disney's doing.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's not what I was saying by comparing.
No, I'm not saying you.
I'm saying that
Universal,
Universal has not gotten anywhere near what Disney's doing. That was my point.
And I hope they don't.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope not either. Yeah.
I mean, I've got families that are booked to go to Disney for literally 3 nights, a family of like 5, 3 of them being children, and it's over $5,000.
Jesus.
That's
for
wild.
3 nights.
Are they meeting the Grinch?
Nope.
Oh, man.
That includes, that's not even meal plans. Like, yeah, it's insane. So just real quickly before we move on from this topic, because I know we've beat it to death.
We have.
I did look up, that's why I was so quiet, the location of Stella Nova and Terra Luna, and they are literally right next to Super Mario Land, which is right next to the main entrance of Epic Universe.
Okay.
So if you look at it from an aerial view, literally it'll just be a quick walk across.
Yeah, so walking past is going to be quicker than driving.
100%. Yeah, 100%. It's like right next to Super Mario Land.
Because we drove down iDrive and then like kind of veered off and round into the parking lot, which obviously, I suppose if you think about where the end...
Right. So once Epic opens, there's your reason for the higher prices at a value resort.
I'm not quite sure that it justifies that kind of price, though.
That's true.
Call it Premier, call it Premium or Preferred or whatever it is.
I'm sure they're having to call it value because of the amount of money they're putting into it. I'm sure it's going to be like Dockside and Surfside, where you see it go downhill pretty fast as far as quality goes.
I don't know. It's weird because like when I read about it, right, when you look at the picture, it just looks like a copy pasta of Dockside, right?
It does.
But then when you read about it, it looks like it's the layout and design of Dockside with a little bit of an elevated inside, right? So the outside of a value and the inside of maybe like maybe like a Sapphire or something like that. Because there's going to be multiple restaurants in there based off of the design, right? So we're not talking just a food court. So multiple restaurants, you're looking like a Sapphire, not your Cabanas, not your Aventuras. Aventuras, they only have that. So it's weird that they're categorizing it like that. For that, just like I said, just up the category and say, hey, this is not a value hotel. Like you're going to pay $200-300 a night to stay here, but it's got restaurants. It's a 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk to the park. Give some actual value in there.
That's the thing, though. If you call it a value and then people look at the price, they're going to go, oh, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
That's not value in my opinion.
No.
I think the difference is as well here. You can very much see the difference in what people like to spend. That there's me, Tracy, and Chris who are kind of the tight ones, and then the 1%er who was like, yeah, it's expected. And we're all like, oh, God, no, I'm not paying those prices. You can tell there's a very definite split on who's got money on this podcast and who.
She read about the leg massagers that come with each room. She read about it.
Listen, this is what I tell everybody. We all have our vice, right? And mine is vacations. Chris drives a really freaking nice car. I don't. That's not my thing, right? I spend money where I want to spend money, and that's on vacations. Mm-hmm. We all have our thing and how we move our budget around, and I'm not rich by any means, but I don't drive super nice cars. I don't live in a fancy house or spend lots of money on clothes and bags and vacations. That's my thing.
I need to ask a question here. Go on, quick.
One line. I drive a Honda Accord, everybody, just so you know. So
you've got another nice car, don't you?
No, wrong, Chris. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I thought you did. Anyway,
I thought you did too. You sent us a
I've
picture.
had other nice cars. Oh, but really? I sent you a picture?
Yes.
Chris, have you got another car you don't know
Someone's
about?
Cloned him. Has Alexa been buying cars without you?
Yeah.
Am I making this up, or did he not send that to us?
I have no idea.
Did not send.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to find this damn picture.
I mean, I had a Type R before, but that's different.
Maybe that was it.
That one, yeah, a few years back, but yeah.
So Tracy,
I'd like a nice car though.
If Chris's vice is cars, apparently, and Michelle's is vacation, what? Why haven't we got a nice car, nice house, or vacations?
That sounds like a you problem.
You're slacking.
That's because there's only one of us working in this.
I had a nice vacation this year.
Anyway, you did.
2 nice vacations.
That's why we haven't got any money anymore.
That was my money.
Yeah, there you go. Your vice is Tracy traveling.
Anyway, shall we move on to something a bit more positive? As it is very close to the end of the year, and we haven't got another one of these until well into January. It's time for a lot of producers' birthdays.
The birthdays, it feels like.
Holy cow!
Wow, I know, and I just just been adding my little extras, and then I scrolled and was like, oh crap, there's more.
Most people are probably turned off by now, going, oh my God, I can't listen to that depressing for the rest of the day.
I've turned off.
Like, let Chris go drive his nice car.
Yeah. Let Tracy go and spend her money. And
oh, it's
their
nice.
money.
I like it. It's nice for me.
I think Michelle thought he was driving like... No, you're thinking of
I just don't want
Brian...
people think I'm driving a Bentley or something.
You're thinking of Brian Cooper. He's the one with the nice car. Sorry, Brian. Not sorry.
I must be thinking of the older
Probably
picture.
Yeah.
We drive a nice car.
It's knackered. I need a new one desperately,
Chevrolet.
but whatever. It's got 160,000 miles on the clock. It's not doing that well. Anyway, birthdays, please.
Birthdays, yes. We are going to kick this off. Oh, wow, there are a lot. Okay, I'm going to have to rattle through these. So we're kicking this off December the 13th with the delicious Danny Brigham's birthday. Happy birthday, Danny!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
And then December the 15th, the friendliest giant going. It's the joyous Joe Smithwick's birthday. Happy birthday, Joe!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Joe!
Happy birthday, Joe.
You pronounce it Smithwick.
Smithwick. That's it's not. Oh, do Americans not pronounce these things
I would have
like this?
pronounced it
In
Smithwick.
America, it's Smithwick.
Smithwick. Sorry, sorry, Joe. I'll give you a big hug when I see you. You get one anyway, but you know you can have two. And then December the 16th, we have. This was a really difficult one to find a P word for. So we have the pretty peachy Paul Edwards' birthday. Happy birthday,
Nice
Paul.
alliteration.
Happy
Yeah, love it.
birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And then we're on to birthday twins on the 19th. We start with the stunning Stephanie Grant's birthday. Happy birthday, Stephanie.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Steph.
And it's also happiness personified, Holly Carter's birthday. Happy birthday, Holly.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And then we're moving on to the 20th, and it is the marvellous Michelle Liloya's birthday. Liloya? It's Michelle's
pretty
birthday.
name.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Please tell me if I've got your name wrong. And December the 21st, twins again. We have the jubilant John Gregory's birthday. Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, he's a name that I recognise just a little bit. Don't know why. It's the mischievous Maddie Willette's birthday. Happy birthday, Maddie.
Happy birthday, Maddie!
Happy birthday, Maddie.
Happy birthday.
And then on the 22nd of December, it is the terrific Tracy Malaby's birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Tracy.
Feliz cumpleaños, Tracy.
Yay! Happy birthday, me. And on the 23rd, we have birthday triplets.
Yep.
We have the triumphant Turner Gray's birthday. Happy birthday, Turner.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Turner.
And the captivating Carrera Jade Simmons' birthday. Happy birthday, Carrera Jade.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And also it is Luscious Locks Lee Malaby's birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh. Doble feliz cumpleaños.
Yes, happy birthday, Lee.
Thank you.
I couldn't think of another L.
Starting to feel my age
Let's
now.
just. I loved it.
50 now, you said?
No, not for another couple of years.
If he makes it.
I might not make it. That's the problem.
You might not. And then we have a little break because, you know, that Christmas thing and everything. This is my sister from another mister.
We haven't even got to the ad break yet.
We haven't yet. This is literally my soul sister. Because
Joni's going to be upset now.
No, soul, S-E-O-U-L.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Because we did spend time together in Korea. It is the gorgeous Grace Wiley's birthday. Happy birthday, Grace. I love you.
Happy birthday, Grace.
Happy birthday, Grace.
Happy birthday, Grace.
Aw. Have a fishy green ale on me.
And on the 29th, we have the lovable Lauren Griggs' birthday. Happy birthday, Lauren.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Everyone's getting
birthday.
bored now, aren't they?
I need a beer. And on Christmas Eve, no. And on New Year's Eve, the 31st, we have the magical Maureen Deal's birthday. Happy birthday, Maureen.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Bring some extra champagne.
And we're now moving into next year. January the 7th sees the charming Chris Screw's birthday. Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Chris.
And
Lots
on the
of Chris's.
There's lots of Chris's. And on the 12th, we have the magnificent Melissa Rafferty's birthday. Happy birthday, Melissa.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And last but not least, On the 15th of January, we have the amazing, the sparkling Susie Scott's birthday. Happy birthday, Susie!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
I love that girl.
Wow.
So that was a lot of cake to expect, but I hope you all get cake and presents and all the good stuff. Happy birthday.
Yes, you don't get...
Your voice must be shot.
I need a beer.
I mean, all don't get shafted having around Christmas birthdays because it's crap having a birthday this time of year.
Oh, it's nothing like getting it on your Christmas birthday card. They're great.
Yeah. Oh, this present's for birthday and Christmas. Oh, cheers.
Hey, I could do that. What, your birthday's in July? I don't care.
Yeah.
Save half of it for Christmas.
Yeah. I love how it's
Right.
That's right, though, isn't it? Yeah, that's your birthday. That's your birthday and Christmas present. It's June. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been the first half of the show. We're going to take a quick ad break and we will be right back.
Man, we need a vacation.
Oh, I got this.
Whoa, that's awesome. But I was thinking something a little more adventurous.
Okay, how about this?
Yes! Woo! And how about some relaxation from Mama?
Oh, perfect. Wait, how did you do that?
Easy. PortKey Vacations.
For your next vacation, let PortKey Vacations take away all the guesswork and stress of planning. From air and hotel to theme park tickets and everything else in between, they've got you covered. Just visit PortKeyVacations.com and touch the PortKey to get started with your free, no-obligation quote request. With just one touch, and PortKey Vacations will magically take you wherever you want to go.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We haven't got that much left to go, to be fair, at this
goodness!
point.
Exhausted.
Kind of wanted to promote next year's listener debate. I will say the theme song is in the works. I have been reassuringly advised that it's being worked on. Apparently, it's a difficult one.
Oh, I've
John
got one
has
that just
said.
popped straight. John, I've just had one pop straight into my head.
Let's
just take the
not go
Spider-Man
down.
tune and just add Lick Me Stick to it. You can hear it now. You can all hear it now.
Can you guys let...
Lick
how
me stick.
Chris is actually
Lick me
bloody
stick.
singing it.
Lick Me Stick.
Can you guys let everyone know what they need to do? We've got about 4 in, I think, already.
Nice.
Want to hear yourself on the podcast? Well, it's super easy. Get involved in next year's interactive topic, Which Stick Gets Your Lick?
Lick Me Stick. I'm changing that name.
All you have to do is go to Freeze Ray Pops at Illuminations Avenue, Minions Land, and try as many of the pops as you care to and record yourself ranking each of them out of 5.
Yes. 1 being...
Oh, hell no.
And 5 being...
Oh, hell yeah.
Isn't that awesome? And send them to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And there's bonus points for recording your ratings whilst at the park. And there's also mate points if you actually call it Lick Me Stick with a northern accent.
Please don't.
Lick me stick.
I don't know what that accent was.
I don't know either.
Irish, I think. I've just seen what we're going to talk about next. Maybe the negativity's not fully over. So, if you have not been keeping up on the news over the last week and a half, it has come to our attention that Universal Orlando have been clamping down on some things, and it has garnered some what's the word I want
Anger?
to use? Yes, anger.
Frustration?
Yes, a lot. So apparently...
Questions?
It came up on quite a few groups that posted things. Was it not this weekend, gone the weekend before? The Universal Security apparently is what officially is being... that we've been told is what it is. It's not Universal themselves. Apparently it's security are clamping down on trading, gifting, or hiding of objects around the parks, as well as what we saw was meetups of any size.
Yeah.
Now, Chris, I know you've done a lot more research on this than I have.
So if we're there and you go in the parks early and I decide to have a sleep in and then come back, I can't see you all day.
That's a meetup of
Bonus.
any size, yes.
Okay.
So, like when we went Michelle to go into Minions Cafe, that we shouldn't have done that. It was illegal.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Damn, I can't meet up even my wife at the
Yeah,
park?
we shouldn't have messaged Chris and Alexa and said, we're going into Jimmy Fallon if you want to come and join us, because that's too big a meetup.
Yeah,
Insta-ban.
no talking to anybody in the parks. Just solo single rider lines from now on.
Yeah.
Sarcasm helps. It's a coping mechanism.
I think for me, and I don't want to get into this too much because you've already heard where my head's at as far as negativity is at the moment.
Really?
It seems to be the biggest issue from my perspective is that this is all coming from outside sources, and that Universal haven't really said anything themselves. I actually reached out to them. I didn't really get much of a response, if I'm honest.
Was it the one about coming back in to ask guest services?
I can't even remember. I DM'd them, and I can't remember exactly what they said now.
I think they told you just to talk to security.
Yeah, they said come in and talk to security. Tracy's like, yeah, let's just swing by real quick.
Yeah, we'll just have a quick swim.
So they said, at this time, we do not currently have any additional information and encourage you to speak to a security team member upon arrival should you have any questions regarding items permitted through the screening process at security. We apologise for any inconvenience regarding this, and we would be happy to share any feedback you have with the proper leadership teams.
Now, if it's a security issue, I do understand, because there are some horrible people out there who could leave some nasty things around. You know, and if there's candy in there, you can't always be guaranteed that somebody hasn't laced it with something. People can put pins, sharp objects, not just in candy, but anywhere. So I can, from a guest safety point of view, I understand it. This is the meetups aside. You like hiding objects. This is where I'm going. With the hiding of objects for people to find, I kind of do understand it from a security and safety point of view. I don't know whether we've had some incidences perhaps that have spurred this decision, or whether custodians are just sick of cleaning them up.
I mean, probably.
So, like, when this first came out, we obviously discussed internally, and we were all like, what the hell, Universal? And over the past couple weeks, and this is all hearsay, right? So whatever we're talking about right now is our own opinion. It's, anecdotal, whatever.
Absolutely.
You read online, don't read it. Don't believe everything you read.
Nope. But
a lot of things do line up with the decisions that are being made. And after reading so much, I'm kind of Team Universal at this point. So it looks like the whole meeting of groups, they don't really care about that. That's not the problem.
Yeah.
But, and going off the back,
and why say it?
So they didn't say it though. This is the thing, not officially. So I'll back Chris up on this. That I've seen certain groups that I know meet up at the parks have been meeting up since all of this broke.
Okay.
Yeah, and so from what it looks like there's a primary group that they were targeting, but instead of trying to police and do all this, you, not you. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah,
no, you can't do that. They just did like an entire no, right?
Yeah.
To give them the freedom to be able to say no to whatever they wanted to on items. And like the things that I've been reading is, so apparently this group is the main target that they've gone after.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what again, anecdotal reading, but I've seen a lot of different people saying the same things that are in that group, right? There's crafting is awesome. We have some awesome crafters in our group. Joni kills it out there.
Absolutely.
Makes some amazing stuff. And what started off as a nice gesture, right? Build something, craft it, put it in the parks, bring a little bit of joy to somebody, and that's it, right? It turned, as a lot of things normally do, it turned bad, right? So not only were they just giving out things, but it turns out they were selling items. And they were doing a lot of IP violations, meaning they were selling tons of merch with UOAP logos, running through a filter and just going, no, that's not theirs. So Universal obviously doesn't like that.
No, I
they didn't want
appreciate
that being done. Yeah, they didn't want that being done on property.
Of course.
And here's just a couple items that I read in here. And again, take this with a grain of salt. But they were selling crafts in the parks. Team members were getting tired of picking up all the trash because
this is literally, yes, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, what you said, right? Like there's cool things, but like, for example, people would even get like a paper plate and draw on it and put it in the bushes. Now it just looks like trash in the bushes.
Yeah. So, after everything you've said there then, Chris, then I fully understand why Universal have done what they've done then. Because obviously we come into it at a point, why the hell are they doing that? And then
I was too.
There's always we always say there's always two sides to every story.
There is, and usually the ones that are butthurt are the ones that are usually done something wrong to provoke it in the first place.
Yeah. They protected their interests at the end of the day, and I cannot blame them for that.
The argument is that you hope it doesn't hurt everybody else, because we know. I don't think I need to bleep this out at least, but the Ali Rocks group. We know the reason behind Ali Rocks is the whole point of that, and it's an amazing group. We actually met the person that owns it through a mutual friend of ours at Halloween Horror Nights this year, and I'm hoping to have them on the show next year.
It's a lovely group.
Depending on how they're allowed to do their thing around the parks moving forward, which would be quite interesting.
It's just a bummer.
Well, I understand too. I also heard, again, I don't know how much of this is true because it's hearsay, but I also heard that there were some complaints because adults approach little kids and say, "Here, would you like this gift?" Yeah. And that to parents, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Like if Krista came back to me if she was off by herself and she was like, "Hey, this man approached me and gave me this bracelet. Isn't that cool?" I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Well, look, even going to that extent there, another thing I had read where, there were people that would leave, a hidden item, a hidden craft item, put it somewhere, and then wait far away just to watch.
I read that.
Yeah, that's
and
creepy.
then get when the reaction wasn't what they wanted.
Yeah.
Correct. That's it's again something that started off as such a nice, wholesome gesture of, hey, it'd be cool putting some painted whatever here and somebody finds it. And I'm sure 99% of everybody who's doing these craft hidings and exchanges and all that kind of stuff, it's just genuine. But it only takes a handful of people to ruin it for everybody.
Right.
And I think that's what we're seeing here. I think it's a few bad apples that ruined it for everybody else in there, unfortunately.
Yeah. The biggest thing that concerned me was the meetup part, which I've reached out to my channels. I haven't gotten an official response because they won't respond unless it's official. So as soon as I know more, and I'm going to the parks, I'll be there starting Thursday. So I do plan to speak to security at many different touch points, right? To see if it's a seamless response. But I do plan to just kind of ask them about it, and as well as through my travel agent channels, finding out about this whole meetup thing, because obviously I know they're not talking about a few friends meeting up, whatever. But when it comes to such as us, UUOP, our weekenders, that's a big deal.
See, and based off of everything that we've been seeing or reading, at least, I really think it's targeted to a specific few groups because why include the meetup thing? Well, again, if you're doing a meetup from a specific group and said group is selling products with IP on it, then I don't want that meetup happening and I don't want that group getting together here.
Yeah.
But instead of them having to point fingers and police and do all this stuff, they just do a big global ban.
Yeah.
Right. Which only worries me in the sense of some of the things that we do during our weekenders, such as the picture in front of the Hogwarts Express with the conductor. Like, that's obviously a big spectacle. Are people going to be like, nope, that's too many people, got to keep moving? Or, getting up to the front of the line and be like, hey, we've got 70 people in our group. Are they going to be like, nope, you're going to have to split it? Like things like that, so that they are making it known to people around them that that's not encouraged. I just don't know. So as soon as we find out more, I'll let you know.
You do travel, right? And do you know how those giant 50-person travel groups that come from Brazil and whatnot, that mostly that's the ones I see, and I tell my wife, who is also Brazilian, so chill if you think I'm saying anything about Brazil. But how does that work? That's a group and you book it, but are you getting special permission for this group when you do that?
Well, what I've heard from a couple of the responses is that if you go through the official events department at Universal, they will give you said permission. And I don't know if that's in terms, like when cheerleaders or youth groups things, they have credentials around their necks. Tour groups, they obviously all have like a tour guide with the flag and with, the thing. So, and they've probably booked group space and da-da-da-da-da. So there are official ways to have groups. I just don't know moving forward what they plan to do to make it so that it is known that that is a group that has been approved through Universal Events. That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. So.
I mean, that's always the one thing as well with our weekender groups, and I know it's something you've pushed for the two we've done so far, very specifically, Michelle, is when we do registration, one of the things you always push at that beginning of it is, everyone, we are a big group, be polite, leave the spaces that you are in exactly as you found them, be polite to team members, be polite to everyone else, let's not cause a problem because we want everyone to look on us well, and we want everyone to know that we are a good group and we're here to have fun.
We don't want to impact people.
Exactly.
Well, when we have like our group photos and things, we always make sure that everybody pulls in and tucks in. Like with the Hogwarts Express, we actually went down the side, so we weren't impacting the flow of traffic. We're not there that long, so we're not impacting anything.
And exactly.
You know, we try to get in and out quickly.
Even if we are doing that, I think just having that no group meetups there is, like I said, it's if you're being respectful, if you're behaving, and you get a big group together and you do your stuff, they don't have to ban you or kick you out or anything like that. But start getting all rowdy. Now they go, well, we have this policy and we're going to kick you out.
Yes.
So it's there if they need to use it.
Agreed.
Not such an enforcement thing. That's, again, I have no official word on that. None of us do.
I think that makes sense, though.
I think that's how it's trying to go down the route.
And I also like to think that if security or somebody came over to us and said, hey, your group's a bit big and you're impeding the flow of traffic or something, we'd just go, okay, let us sort that. That's not a problem. We're really sorry. And we would, I don't think any of us would get
our group would be super respectful.
About it. Of course.
Because why would we?
Because
we wouldn't even tolerate anybody not being respectful in our own group. So.
And we'd hate to think that we're impacting other people's day negatively, because we always try, if we find something funny, we try and pull in the people around us as well, give them a laugh too, and that's how we are.
But yeah, obviously we're going to monitor this as things go on. As Michelle said, she's going through her channels. We're going to talk to security, so it won't be until the new year probably at this point, but we'll try and sort of give a good idea of what's going on. I just wish Universal had come. What we talked about, I understand why they haven't.
Yeah, but they're probably trying to figure this out as well.
Probably.
Because it's not as black and white as it first seems.
It's also weird to put that big of a ban and not have an official statement. I
don't know. This is Universal. They don't give a statement.
They don't even announce rides until they're open.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah. There's a churro stand.
Yeah, speaking of announcements, let's move on and get away from this. We've got some more information on something they are building somewhere else in the US, Michelle.
Yes. Universal Destinations and Experiences have finally revealed some more details about the family park that is being built in Texas. The official name of the new construction is Universal Kids Resort, the company's first ever theme park designed specifically for families with young children. Located in Frisco, Texas, and first announced earlier this year, this imaginative, original resort brings the company's innovative style of storytelling to a new, younger audience.
Universal Kids Resort will include a theme park featuring immersive theme lands that celebrate Universal's iconic brand of entertainment, humor, and fun, bringing to life its beloved characters and stories in ways that will wow the youngest theme park goers. It will feature family-friendly attractions, interactive and playful shows, unique merchandise, fun food, and beverage venues.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, right. And character meet and greets. The resort area will also include a 300-room themed hotel, giving families a place to stay and to play following their day of adventure.
For $500 a night. Sorry, I'm just being
value.
Wow.
You say.
Yeah. Universal Kids Resort will inspire the unbridled creativity of kids through imagination, discovery, and most importantly, play, said Molly Murphy, President, Universal Creative. We're designing the resort so kids and families can feel the thrill of being physically immersed in their most beloved stories and characters.
So I don't know whether you guys have seen the new image of the park they've put out, because normally the concept art that Universal put out initially is exactly what gets built. Look at the DreamWorks Land image, right? But they've released.
So they put out a new image?
Yes, and it's different from the one that came out originally.
Okay.
If I remember rightly, there's apparently a rumoured SpongeBob area going in there.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Because Kenneth got on my case that we talked about Toon Lagoon last week, and I never mentioned that they should have put SpongeBob in there. And I was like, well, I didn't mention SpongeBob because it's kind of done at this point. And he was like, it doesn't look like it because it looks like it's going into this kids' resort.
Yeah, it's still very popular.
Dude, if they have a SpongeBob area, I will go there just for that.
I love SpongeBob. I still watch SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot, I'm going to go to this place even without my kid.
Yeah, wasted on kids.
Right?
Intentionally go there without kids. F that.
Yes.
Yeah, if you look at the new image they've released, so much more detailed than the initial one.
I'm going to ride the out of some merry-go-rounds.
Wait, what area is SpongeBob? That yellow part?
I don't know.
The bit under the sea.
So the
Pineapple.
bottom.
No, it's the
Bottom
SpongeBob
right?
part is where the blue building's off to the right of the entrance.
Oh.
You see, it looks like a little treasure
Yeah.
chest top. That's
Bikini
supposed
Bottom.
to be the
Oh, yes, the Krusty Krab.
Krusty Krab.
All
Yep.
right.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
But other
Yep,
than
yep.
that, you can't really make anything. I know they've said there's going to be Jurassic Park,
Trolls.
of course. But there's got to be Minions in there somewhere.
Minions looks like it could be top right.
Maybe. I mean, to be fair,
Probably something that has to do with Sing.
maybe.
Trolls has got to be the bright pink one.
Or
left.
far left. Yeah, probably.
The
Yeah.
one that's all the orange squares has got to be... You said Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's Camp Jurassic, isn't it? That Netflix series.
Maybe
See
not.
that
I would say it's the green back in the back.
Yeah,
Camp Jurassic will, yeah.
Because now we said Camp Jurassic, yeah, didn't he? Said that
That
bit.
purple bit on the left-hand side just reminds me of Barney. It's Barney purple.
Hell
It's
yeah.
also it's
Isn't
also,
it?
Yes, but it's also Trolls purple.
Yeah, that's for sure Trolls.
So what have we...
Wait, have we got a lazy river in there?
I wouldn't have thought so.
It looks like it.
won't
Look
be
at the
a
middle.
lazy river.
Look in the middle. There's things in it.
It's I
Boats.
think it's supposed to be a water ride.
It'll be boats.
Yeah.
So you get in the boat, you don't
Going
row,
around
you
the
just go
center of the
around in the
park?
current. That's
That's
a lazy
cool.
river.
It's not a lazy river.
It is. If you're not rowing, it's lazy.
I mean, it
Sure.
almost does look like there's a water park over to the right,
Maybe.
where SpongeBob
It
is.
does because yeah,
I bet
there's
it's Bikini Bottom.
yeah.
Maybe a
And
Bikini
luckily-
Bottom water play area.
That'd be perfect because Texas is so dry. You just like dry up right after you go through a water ride.
For real, though.
Like
I wonder-
SpongeBob topside.
I wonder how many people it will put off by
Yeah.
them calling it Universal Kids Resort.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to probably rebrand that at some point.
It's a
I don't think
strange-
so because the point of this is for younger
Yep.
kids and families. So
Yep.
they don't need to bring in anybody that is not attracted to something that's for kids.
Yep, I agree. And something
Hmm.
I'd be interested to see is this going to be a dry resort?
You've just seen how much water.
No, I doubt that.
I don't mean water, Lee. I mean alcohol.
Parents, parents like to drink. It's not Disney, guys.
Disney's actually been converting into non-dry.
You can
more
tell
and
who's
more,
not
right?
the drinker on the
A little bit
podcast,
more
can't
more.
you? No, there's water there. You can see it. No,
Yeah, that was cute, Lee.
I genuinely thought that's what you meant.
That's all.
No.
It'll be interesting to see when this opens how well it goes down and whether it's something they will lift and plop down elsewhere. Because that's obviously it's a proof of concept, isn't it? It's got to be
Oh, yeah.
potentially even put them in other countries.
This,
We know how big it is.
America is going to do great. I mean,
Yes.
anything that has to do with families and entertaining little kids, it does well.
I
in
don't
America.
know how big it is, Chris, to be fair.
Okay.
Looks,
I mean, it looks
sizable.
It looks
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a good size. I mean, I know everything we're saying right now. I know, guys, but you know,
It does. It potentially be slightly smaller than Ireland's looking at it. If you try to put all those lands in there and kind of compare it to Ireland's, you've got Port of Entry, Marvel's a purple bit, the green bit would be Toon Lagoon. Obviously, you haven't got all that, but the actual walking stuff that's not like obviously taking Dudley Do-Right out of it and stuff that's kind of backstage.
It says near. Oh, really?
What was that?
Mine says. I just looked up. Said 100 acres.
Because it said the theme park will take up just over 32 acres, smaller than its Orlando counterpart.
Because 32 acres is tiny.
This one says North Texas theme park fit for families and young children on nearly 100 acres in Frisco.
Unless that's including parking lots and things.
Yeah.
Infrastructure.
Yeah, and the hotel as well. 32 acres is what I've just got up on
if you've got-
USA Today.
If you've got little ones, they are not going to walk that far. So 32 acres seems ample.
That's probably true.
How big's Alton Towers?
It's massive.
It's not. It's just...
Alton Towers is huge. It's huge. It is massive. I've just got up something else that says more details will be shared as the 97-acre park gets built.
That must be including parking and everything.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this thing up. Merry Christmas, everybody. This is the last show we're doing as the four of us. We have got another 3 shows going on. Might be ever. Who knows? If I enjoy the time off over the next 4 weeks as much as I hope I do, we may not come back.
So send your donations for funds for me to make him miserable so he comes back.
And I'll just let everyone else do their podcast, and I'm just going to pack in because I've had enough.
No.
What the hell am I going to do?
You'll have to start your own. I don't really care.
You go drive that nice car of yours.
Yeah.
I know, it's your turn now, Chris. I've got one.
Oh, my
Tracy
God.
has one.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to do the drinking podcast. That's it.
I've already been thinking of names for it, though, Chris. That's the worst thing.
Oh, we got to talk offline then.
Yeah. I haven't got any. I've just been thinking.
Chris needs his own segment on the Taste of Universal podcast.
Yeah, I can do it inside my nice car, too. That'd be awesome.
Right. That will wrap up the podcasting for the year. As I say, Michelle will be back next week for the holiday tour. Then we've got some foodie-related things with Kayla, Kelly, myself, and Shelby. And then maybe we'll be back in the new year. Who knows? But wrapping the podcast up, as we do every week, as a Universal is. But don't forget, we do want you to get involved with what we're doing next year. So, again, we want you to come up with comedy facts about how bad Fast and Furious Supercharged it is. If we don't come back, I've got about a 4 or 5 that are never going to see the light of day at this point, which is a bit of a shame. So, so this podcast and the next one, because the 2 after that, we already had Universal Is.
Oh, it's waffling now.
It's a mess. So this one and next week's, we're still going to have Universal Is, but I'm still been getting ChatGPT to do a Fast and Furious Supercharged. So, Fast and Furious Supercharged is so bad.
How bad is it?
We need to work on that timing, guys.
Well, how was it do it again then?
Fast and Furious Supercharged is so bad, I wouldn't be surprised if Iceman from the X-Men tried to freeze the entire ride just to cool down the burning reviews.
Ooh.
That's the type of thing we're looking at. Anyway, get those into us at podcast@uuopodcast.com and join us next week for Michelle's holiday tour live review. But for this week, Graham Boyd says Universal is living life's dreams. See you next week.
That was another episode of the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast, the best and only podcast about Universal Orlando on the island. Check us out on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. For all the podcasts, news, and articles, check out our blog at uuopodcast.com. Contact us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. Join the Producers Club by emailing us at uuopproducers@gmail.com. Listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Check out our friends, the Theme Park Duo, for all your other theme park news, and email Michelle at portkeyvacations.net to book your next trip. So until next time, this is Amity 6, Call Off the Marines, we're coming home.